Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about our doctors and whether or not we really trust them. All right, so first of all here, I just gotta say I love this picture of this doctor here. It's great, isn't it? For some reason, this is just like the picture in my mind of what like the typical doctor looks like. I don't know why, but it is. Anyway, okay. So topic today is about trusting our doctors. Yesterday I put up a poll on the channel asking, do you trust your primary doctor to give you nutritional advice? And at the time that I looked at this, there were 39 votes. 95% said no, 5% said yes. So pretty crazy. 95% of us do not trust our primary doctor for giving us nutritional advice. Um, and I'm wondering how much that changes for other things as well. Um, I, I, and I think part of the big problem here is that there's too much of the doctor not thinking on their own and just going with what is the generally accepted or recommended advice to give out, or what they are being spoon fed basically from corporations and so forth. And now I've got a good example here that recently happened with somebody I know. This is not carnivore, but it shows the lack of trust in a doctor right now. So I know somebody that went to the ER, they had a concussion. They banged their head pretty bad on a car. And so it wasn't like a sports related thing, but still a concussion, right? And it was like a day or so later, they were having some issues. They weren't sure if maybe they were kind of getting sick too, but they still had pain, headaches, and a little bit of maybe of nausea and stuff. So they went to the ER, and the doctor, had them. They did tests for the flu and all that stuff because of them saying that they weren't really feeling that good, like possibly a sore throat coming on and that kind of thing. So they came back after a while and said, okay, everything comes back good. You don't have the flu, you don't have strep throat, any of that stuff. She's like, okay, well, what about the concussion? And the doctor said, well, it wasn't a sports related concussion, so we don't even worry about that. We don't track it. It's going to be fine. Um, that's a bit alarming to me. First of all, as a former youth coach, I can tell you that that doctor has been spoon fed information about concussions in sports, and they're kind of being trained that, okay, there's a concussion in sports. You need to be concerned about it. Do whatever you got to do. This is which different steps. But if there's not a concussion, or if the concussion is not from sports related, they don't really seem to care. And I hate to tell you, but a concussion is a concussion. It doesn't matter if it's sports related or if you hit your head really hard in a car door or something or whatever it may be. Concussions don't discriminate based on whether you were playing sports or not. Um, so that right there makes you not want to trust that doctor. And he's a doctor at the ER. What do you do? I mean, that's the ER, right? So that's an example. Obviously, that's not an example that really has anything to do necessarily with a carnivore diet, but it's just another example of what seems to be the problem in this time period that we live in, where doctors are basically just going by what they are being spoon fed, what information they're being given from corporations, and they're not even thinking about what they're doing. I mean, if that doctor was really thinking, he would know that a concussion is a concussion. It doesn't matter how you got it, right? And he would try and, do his due diligence and treat for that. But unfortunately, it seems like these days doctors are pushed to, if we go back to the nutritional standpoint now, doctors are pushed to give you medications and so forth for different ailments, different for being overweight, diabetes, whatever it is, instead of getting to what really is the problem and how do we fix this permanently long term and so forth, right? They just want to throw the medication at you because they're being spoon fed from pharmaceuticals that this is the way to do it. This is what you should do. Don't even think about it. We don't want you thinking, just go ahead and do this, subscribe this medication. And that's a problem. That's why 95% of you all say that you don't trust your primary doctor to give you nutritional advice. And I wouldn't be surprised if it goes past nutritional advice, at least for a good portion of the people out there, that they're having trouble trusting their doctor right now. It doesn't mean that there aren't good doctors out there. There aren't doctors that care, because there are. There definitely are. But too many doctors right now are going through the motions, and they're just doing what they're being told to do. They're just essentially earning their paycheck and not really caring about what they do in trying to take care of the people, the patients that they have. And for me, that's pretty concerning. So let me know in the comments what you think about this. If you have a different opinion on your doctor, you think that your doctor gives very good nutritional advice or any advice, whatever, let us know that, you know, um, tell us more about it. Like, maybe you have one of those doctors that is more in tune with the low carb, the low carb community, and realizes the benefits of low carb. And definitely that means that they have been putting the work in. They care. They've been looking outside of what just is being thrown at them conventionally. And you've got a good doctor there, no doubt about it. But too many of us are finding the doctor that's just being told, hey, this is, what you should do, that prescribe this medication. I'll get rich, you'll get rich, and the patient will keep coming back for more, right?